Hi guys, this is Vidas and welcome to another training today. Learn Vidas session, and I'm going to teach you the second part of modulations. Modulations are very important in preparing yourself to improvise, so hopefully you will enjoy it. Last Sunday, I taught you everything about modulating from C major scale, C major key to all related keys like D minor, E minor, F major, G major, and A minor. And now will be the turn for modulations from A minor to C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, right? Those several keys. Welcome to the live chat, Dawn. Everybody else who is watching it live, feel free to join, ask questions. And Don, for example, is asking a question. Could you refer to the chords in inversions? Inversions. I've been struggling with the figured bass. And so I'm trying to imagine the situation, picture the situation, right, that Don is in. But I need more details, Don. Please give me more specifics. I'm not sure if you don't need training in chord inversions, like first inversion, 6-chord, second inversion, 6/4 chord, these things, or something different, right? Let me be more specific, please. In the meantime, now let's recap a little bit our modulations from the past Sunday training, and let's see what we can play with. Today I'm in Swelling Dordrecht, Kam organ, 1859, Grote Kerk, and let's have a little bit of restant on the manual too, and maybe 2 flutes on the Hauptwerk. Alright, pedals are not needed today, so basically will be a manual training, of course. Excellent. So let's see. Now we need, of course, to think about those 4 steps of modulations. Remember, modulation first has to establish the key in C major, let's say, using tonic, dominant, subdominant, and other chords to create basically a cadence. So like this. I'll show you the keyboard. Right, we establish the key. And then C major chord usually can become a second step, usually can become a common chord for both keys. Old key, C major, and the new key, let's say we want to go to D minor, right? So C major becomes not the tonic, but 7th scale degree in D minor. And then afterwards, we need to have some modulating chords to establish the new key. 6th scale degree from D minor, subdominant, tonic 6/4, dominant, 7th chord, and tonic, the new tonic, right? So basically, how it would look if we are, let's say, on the top. This is a common chord. Sorry. This could be our next tonic, 6 scale degree chord, subdominant, 6/4 chord, dominant, and tonic. I'll show on the keyboard one more time. Like this, all right. So Dawn has a question. First inversion and not 6. Second inversion, not 6/4. Not sure what you mean. 6/4 and it is second inversion. 6 is a first inversion. So not sure what you don't understand, Don. Whether you don't understand the numbers above the figured bass, right? Or the inversion itself, the 6th chord. Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, now let's start in A minor, and let's figure out all the steps to modulate to the related keys. Hello Bernardo, welcome to the training, and hopefully you can join us live too. So let's see. Numbers are confusing. So maybe we need a separate training for that. Yes, Don, not today, basically because that's not the topic for today. Figured bass, right? And figured bass, I'm trying to think. I would need probably to show you the screen and how those chords are written on the staff notation, right? And the numbers as well, right? So maybe, yeah, we don't need to play them, but just to analyze them and maybe to decipher what kind of numbers correspond to which key, to which chords, right? How to spell them out. Let's say if there is a C in the bass clef, C, and above it is let's say number 6. This is obviously 6th chord, a first inversion chord. So we would play it C, E, and A. In the bass, in the left hand would be C, and in the right hand part would be either C, E, A, 3 notes, or just 2 notes, E and A, right? So maybe we could use the screen to write this notation. Maybe even next time, right? UK doesn't use your system. It's not my system, it's a universal system, obviously. Excellent. So let's now look at the keyboard and start modulating from A minor to the first related key. If we are in A minor, right? B is a second scale degree, and from the second scale degree in minor mode, we don't have a minor or major position chord, because minor chord would be with F sharp, major chord would be with D sharp and F sharp, right? So obviously this key A minor doesn't have B minor as the related key, so we skip this today. But C major, yes, E minor, yes. F major, yes. G major, yes. There is also E major, if we are looking at the harmonic minor mode with G sharp. Therefore, we can build the five scale degree chord with G sharp. But let's skip this for now because it's another mode. It's harmonic mode. We could just use natural mode. Okay. And the first scale degree A repeats at the top, right? So basically C major, D minor, E minor, F major, and G major. Those 5 keys will be our focus for today. Yeah, and going back to Don's question, yeah, I haven't actually done any trainings in figured bass. I don't think I have to check my archives on YouTube if I have any videos. I'll check after the class today, and if I do have, I will send you the link in our Discord community. If not, this will be the training for next time. Okay, next Sunday. Yes, Sunday. All right. Let's take a look at the keyboard and modulating now from A minor to C major. Again, 4 steps needed. Step 1, establish the key, A minor. Second step, play the common chord for both keys, A minor and C minor. Step 3, play a modulating chord, which would have some kind of new accidental. This could be 3-note chord or 4-note chord, right? It doesn't really matter, whichever works better with the common chord, next to the common chord. And then the final thing is for step number 4, creating a cadence in the new key, establishing the new key basically. So let's start from the beginning. All right. Excellent. So don't apologize, of course. This training is needed for organists, so it's long overdue probably, but probably not long overdue because not too many people are asking for this every day, right? Like you are. So hopefully you will benefit, but others who are silently watching and thinking about figured bass will benefit about this too. Excellent. So now let's do this cadence. Step 1 in A minor. Yes, remember we can start from any melodic position. E on the top, A in the top, or C in the top. And also we could start in open position. This. So that will be your homework, obviously, to do all those 6 starting positions. But for now, let's do this. Left hand A, right hand C, E, and A. All right. Tone it. Dominant for 3 chord. And then 3 chords are enough to establish the key, by the way. Or dominant chord would be like this. This is dominant for 3 chord. I like for 3 chord. Right. And this A chord, A minor chord, becomes a common chord with the C minor key, C major key, sorry. And in C major, A minor chord is no longer a tonic, but 6th scale degree chord, right? Because this is the new tonic. So this is this new 6th scale degree chord, right? So like this. Or maybe you want a longer cadence, a few more chords to establish the old key. With subdominant too. So remember, you could use the very traditional cadence chord progression: 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, and you can establish any key like this, like this. Let me show you. We could start like this, obviously, but we could also start like this, closer to the tenor end. And then we could play two voices in each hand. Maybe this way is better. 1, 6, 5, 1. And then after this, we could play subdominant chord, which would be in the new key, subdominant, F major, right? Dominant. It's very closely related keys, parallel major, right? From A minor to C major. And since we don't have any new accidentals from A minor to C major, these keys are so closely related that they share actually all the chords. So that's why it's so. It sounds like the same color, right? Subdominant, tonic, 6th chord, subdominant, dominant, and then either this chord or this 6th chord, subdominant, right? 4th degree chords, dominant, like this. One more time. Oh, maybe we could add tonic 6th chord, which is cadential 6th chord. Dominant 7th chord and tonic. I'm not sure if you guys know all the chords that I'm talking about. Dominant 7th chord, for example, and their inversions. So I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible. Maybe we could sometimes use also 2nd scale degree 7th chord or their inversions, but most often maybe we could get away without it. So if you're looking at the keyboard, like this, we started like this, dominant. So the next chord should be modulating chord, and here we could have 2nd scale degree in C major, 2nd scale degree 6/5 chord, this chord. But I'm not sure if you know this. It's obviously better to use 4-note chord as a modulating chord into the new key than the 3-note chord. It's better because it's so obviously foreign to the old key, right? This F, A, C, and D. If we just use F major chord F, A, C. This could be in A minor also 6-scale degree chord, right? But if we play a F, A, C, E, right, in 2 hands, then it's already signaling a subdominant function in C major. So I'm actually inclined to use it today. Not sure if you know it, but just take a look. Common chord, modulating chord. This is cadential 6/4 chord and tonic chord. That's it. That's it. Yes. So now your assignment obviously is to start from any of the positions that you could find in A minor using the first scale degree chord, tonic, right? You could start as the first scale degree on the top, still closed position, third scale degree in the top, fifth scale degree on the top, still closed position, and then 3 positions in open positions, 3 versions, A in the top, C in the top, and then E in the top, like this. And you can create modulation from A minor to C major in 6 different ways. So that's your homework for this key. Next, can we go next? Can we go next? Let me know. From A minor to D minor, 4th scale degree, right? So tonic in the old key will become not a 6 chord like in C major, but if we are modulating to the subdominant, to the 4th scale degree, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, tonic will become the dominant in the new key, in D minor. This tonic will become the new dominant, but the dominant will be in minor mode, not the major. Modulating chord will be obviously with C sharp, the new dominant, let's say 7th chord or so. So let's now create the same sequence, the same cadence in F minor, in A minor, right? And here is the common chord with B minor. Tonic becomes the dominant, minor dominant. And after the minor dominant, we can't use the subdominant obviously because it's against the rules. Subdominant only goes before the tonic or before the dominant, but not after the dominant. It could go after the tonic, but not after the dominant. Remember, it's this tool: tonic, subdominant, dominant, tonic, but not tonic, dominant, subdominant, tonic. That's important to know. In blues and jazz, you could use the reverse progression: tonic, dominant, subdominant, and tonic. It sounds natively natural in jazz music, but not in classical tonality. All right, so establishing the old key, and then after this A minor chord, which is the dominant, minor dominant in the new key, in A D minor, I suggest you go to the tonic. either to the tonic root position chord, D minor, or first inversion chord. And then you could go to the second scale degree 7th chord, tonic 6/4 chord, dominant 7th chord, without the 5th, and tonic in the new key, in the D minor. One more time. Tonic 6 chord, second scale degree, 7th chord, potential 6/4, dominant 7th chord, incomplete, and alright. Let's see if I could actually use a little bit different version. What if the common chord would not be the A minor chord, but D minor actually? Because D minor is common to both chords, D minor and A minor. So in A minor, it is subdominant. So subdominant 6 chord becomes tonic 6 chord. And then modulating chords starts from the second scale, 7th chord. Dominant 7th and tonic. Right. You don't have to go to the you could go without the D minor chord. You could go from A minor directly to this chord. Second scale degree 6/5 chord. Potential, dominant 7th, and tonic. Like this. Maybe it's even more elegant, shorter, right? So tonic becomes the minor dominant. Wait, minor dominant. It actually works because it's not a major dominant. It's not a major dominant, and it has therefore not the dominant function, but it has the tonic function when you play minor dominant chord. So after the tonic function, you could easily play a subdominant function, second scale degree 6/5 chord. That's my reasoning. So one more time. Here, this is a common chord. Tonic becomes the dominant, minor dominant, modulating chord, second scale degree 6/5 chord, tonic 6/4 chord, dominant 7th, tonic. You could still use incomplete like this, but maybe more elegant solution would be this complete chord. You could have a plagal extension, subdominant 6/4 and tonic if you want, but it's not required. Alright, so we have figured out from A minor to D minor modulation. Again, start from 6 different positions in A minor and become better at playing. Try not to write but try to play it like in keyboard harmony. And with keyboard harmony skills, you can become better at improvisation too, because whatever you think in your head or write on the sheet of paper or on the screen with computer software, you need to reconcile with your fingers and muscle memory, right? Your fingers have to play the right notes in keyboard harmony, also in improvisation as well. So whatever you choose to write or to type out the chords, afterwards you have to play them. That's my point. Okay, how are we doing so far? Do we need a break? Maybe I need a break of drinking a sip of water. Excellent. So now let's take another key. This is the scale of A minor. And we did from A minor to C major. We did from A minor to D minor. Now let's do A minor to E minor. Okay, so tonic from A to E. It's interesting. Tonic will become obviously the fourth scale degree chord, the subdominant, because in the old key, E minor chord is the dominant. So in the new key, it will become the tonic, and the old home key, A minor, will become obviously A minor chord subdominant. About all of this in due time. So the first step, establishing the key with our cadence. And E minor key has F sharp, right? Like D minor had B flat with C sharp in harmonic version. So in harmonic, E minor is F sharp and D sharp. We will need D sharp later and F sharp now. So this is the common chord between A minor and E minor. In A minor it is the tonic, in E minor it is the subdominant. Oh, this is the modulating chord. From the subdominant, right, we go to the second scale degree 6/5 chord, A, E, F sharp, C. This chord. This is the seventh scale, the seventh chord. This is 6/5 chord. This is 4/3 chord, and this is 4/2 chord. So after this, we play this 6/5 chord. This is the third step, modulating chord of the new key. Cadential 6/4 chord or the tonic 6/4 chord. Dominant 7th and tonic. One more time. Don has been writing everything out. Yes and no. Yes, for now it's nice to write everything out, right? But I deliberately didn't tell you to do this because what happens next when you have to play it on the keyboard? If you put this paper in front of you, what you have written, and you just look at the notes, this is nothing. This is cheating. This is cheating. It's like asking ChatGPT to generate the answer for you. If you know the answer, right? If you already know the answer, you could ask ChatGPT if your answer is correct. Then you are actually doing the good thing. You are using ChatGPT as the tutor, as the teacher, to correct your mistake. But you first have to figure out for yourself correct answer. Only then ask for solution, right? So in your head, you have to think about those chords, not from the sheet that you have just written, right? When you do the homework, don't look at the score, at the sheet. Always try to think about those chords. This is called keyboard harmony, right? Oh, you do this on the keyboard, and that's how you prepare for improvisation. You actually train yourself to think before pressing down the chord, before playing the chord, right? Not playing the chord, not looking at the score and playing the chord. That's not the skill that we are trying to master here. If you're looking at the score and playing what's written in the score, you are developing a different skill. You are developing sight reading skills, right? Which is also useful, but not for now, not for harmony training, not for keyboard harmony, not for improvisation. You could write out blueprint. You could write out chord names only without the notes themselves, just like tonic. Use Roman, either Roman numerals or some other system that you use, right? Or letters. Use and put them on sheet of paper, and then this is your assignment. You could just play while looking at those shortened versions of the chords, but not at the notes themselves. That's very, very important. Okay. For everything that we try to accomplish in any tutorial about improvisation, right? Whatever idea you start to having, for example, oh, I want to improvise a fugue, and you start writing down all the counter subjects, everything. No. It's different skill. You have to train your mind to think before pressing down the note. Okay. Circle of fifths. What do you mean, Don? Yeah, you could write out a circle of fifths in order to, but in this case, circle of fifths is not useful to know, because circle of fifths would be useful to know if you are transposing your modulation, right? Starting not in A minor, but let's say to the next key from the circle of fifths, which would be E minor. Your home key would be in E minor, and you would modulate to another key. But that's a little more advanced. I'm not teaching you how to transpose now, okay? I have a special course for this transposition, but today we are just getting used to the idea of modulation, okay? So, can we look again at the E minor? From A minor to E minor, correct? Tonic becomes subdominant. Modulating chord, second scale degree 6/5 chord. Initial 6/4. Dominant 7. And tonic. You would have plagal extension, subdominant 6/4. Okay, again, do this from starting 6 positions. This, this, and this. All right. So, are you ready to the next key from A minor to F major, 6th scale degree? So, if we are modulating to the 6th scale degree key, then the tonic will become what? Who can tell me? Don, can you write the answer before I'll tell you? Can anybody? Niels, hello. Back from dinner. Welcome back. Hope dinner was nice and tasty. And can somebody write me in the live chat this answer, what I'm looking for? If we're modulating from A minor to F major, right? F major tonic will become the new tonic, right? But in the old key, A minor is tonic, but in the new key, A minor will become which key? Okay, can you write this? A minor question mark in the new key, or Roman numeral, or tell me what you think. Okay, but I have to give you the timer. Let's count until 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don says the 6th chord. 6th scale degree chord, you mean? It's the opposite actually, because from A minor we're modulating to the 6th scale degree chord, to the F major. So the tonic cannot become the 6th scale degree chord, right? Tonic will become, one more time, I will count until 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly. 3rd chord. The 3rd scale degree chord, basically. If we're looking, let me show you the keyboard. If you're looking at the F major chord, B flat, A minor is the 3rd scale degree. So this is in the new key is the 3rd scale degree chord. In the old key, it's the tonic. That's what we have to understand. It's vice versa. If we're modulating to the 3rd scale degree, tonic becomes the 6th scale degree. If we're modulating to the subdominant, tonic becomes the dominant. If we're modulating to the dominant, tonic becomes the subdominant. If we're modulating to the 6th scale degree, like in F major case, then tonic becomes the 3rd scale degree. Okay? So let's do this. I'll show you. Cadence in the old key. And now we have a common chord, 3rd scale degree chord in the new key, in the F major. And now we have to think which chord could go next. In F major, A minor is the 3rd scale degree chord, and the 3rd scale degree chord, this chord, has 2 notes from F major chords. F major chord. Does it make sense? This chord has 2 notes in common with F major, which means it has a tonic function. 3rd scale degree chord has a tonic function. So, using the harmonical tonal logic, we could use after the tonic color chord either the dominant or the subdominant chord. Yeah? So let's try to use the subdominant colored form, subdominant version chord, because subdominant color chord could mean either this real subdominant chord, but it could also have the 6th scale degree chord. We could also have the 2nd scale degree chord in F major. 3 chords use the same color of the subdominant because they all have subdominant notes in common, 1 or at least 2. Right, so let's, from this A minor chord, let's now figure out the next modulating chord. I think it would work if we have A minor chord, which is the common chord, or maybe even this chord, 2nd scale degree 7th chord. This is better. I'm creating a cadence in the new key already. So, after A minor chord, we could use the 2nd scale degree 7th chord, right? This chord, but E flat would be in the top. Potential 6/4, dominant 7, that's tonic. So let me play entire thing for you, entire modulation from A minor to F major. Okay, like this. Again, start working on it in 6 different ways, starting like this, or this, or this, or this, this. 6 different ways. Excellent. Are you with me so far? Then, if you are, so then we only have one more key to master before ending this stream, ending this tutorial, which is G major, from A minor to G major. And let's take a look at our keyboard. Juan, welcome Juan. Welcome. Yeah, feel free to watch the video. Later, right? Either from the beginning, maybe you will forget something, either from the beginning or from the time, from the place where you have to pick it up later. Yeah, feel free to watch it multiple times. That's even better. So let's see. A minor, E, natural mode, F and G. G major chord derives from the G note, right? And G note in A minor is the 7th scale degree. So we're modulating to the 7th scale degree key, which has F sharp. Right? And we need now to establish the rules and how to call the relationships between the tonic and the 7th scale degree. how is G major related to A minor? I'll tell you. The subdominant of the new key of the old key of A minor is the D minor, correct? A minor and D minor, this is dominant. But subdominant of D minor is the G, except G minor, right? In the mode, in minor mode. But in our case, G minor is too far away, removed from the zero accidentals of A minor. So we are dealing with G major. But the function of this G major remains the subdominant of subdominant. Subdominant of D minor. See? Right. Therefore, that's how it's related to A minor. Subdominant of the subdominant. I know it's tricky to understand, but we have sometimes relationships even different. Dominant of the dominant, or the double dominant. We haven't had this today, but dominant of the dominant would be from tonic, from C major to D major, let's say. D major would be dominant of the dominant in C major. So in this case, we are now using SS, exactly, SS, very weird connotation, right? SS. Subdominant of the subdominant. This is our new key, right? So let's now use our old cadence to establish the key in A minor. And we are now entering the common chord with the new key. Tonic becomes the second scale degree, right? If we're modulating to the 7th scale degree, tonic becomes the second scale degree. And again, and vice versa. We're modulating to the 7th scale degree, tonic modulates to the tonic becomes the second scale degree. If we're modulating to the 2nd scale degree, tonic becomes the 7th scale degree, right? But we haven't had this situation today. But last time we did in C major, from C major to D minor, let's say. Tonic becomes the 7th scale degree. See, that was the chord for the last time. Carla, hello. Welcome to the class. We are about to start the last modulation from A minor to G major, right? So I just played cadence, establishing the key in A minor, and this is ending we're ending on this first scale degree chord, tonic, which becomes the 2nd scale degree in G major, common chord for both keys. This is step 2 in modulation. Step 3, now playing a modulating chord, foreign chord for the old key, basically. Yeah, like this maybe. Second scale degree, 7th chord, potential 6/4 chord, dominant 7th chord, legal extensions, dominant 6/4. You see, one more time. Cadence in A minor. Modulating chord, 2nd scale degree, 7th chord. this, yes? Legal extension, tonic, subdominant 6/4, and tonic. I'm wondering if we have another option after A minor chord. Maybe if we have a little more room between the tenor and bass, like this. And watch. We could use second scale degree 6/5, cadential 6/4, dominant 7, and tonic. Subdominant 6/4 and tonic. So that's the thing you could use. Again, different position, a little different spacing between the bass and the tenor, right? Starting not here, but here. And of course, you will end up in different situations if you practice 6 different starting positions. This, 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 and this. So, but in all of them, you could use some kind of modulating chord from the second scale degree, either 7th chord or the 6/5 chord, or even 4/3 chord. Let me show you. This is the 7th chord. This is the 6/5 chord. This is the 4/3 chord. And then afterwards you could approach 5th scale degree from above. Potentially, right? You could extend legal extension with the harmonic 6/4, E flat major, but even this way, this would be second scale degree harmonic 4/2 chord. Maybe it's a little more advanced than you need to know right now, so you could use a more simpler forms, simpler chords, right? So that was the idea for today, to teach you all the different modulations from A minor. And we covered modulation to C major, D minor, E minor, F major, and G major. Okay? Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, of course, please let me know in the comments. And if you are feeling very grateful, you could send me some coffee, of course, or virtual ticket or something, if this training was useful to you. Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week on Sunday with the training in figured bass. Maybe not the entire figured bass, but something more basic, yeah, because there are so many chords and progressions that are used in figured bass notation. For example, just one number or chord without even numbers, right? Then one number, 2 numbers on top of each other, and even 3 numbers on top of each other. So there are degrees of levels of mastery in figured bass also. And let's start from the basics, right? Maybe chords without any numbers, right? Or one number, 2 after that. Excellent. Thank you, Dawn. I'm glad it's valuable to you. And next week I am participating in 2 concerts on Wednesday and Friday. So On Friday there will be no live stream on the bench with Vidas, but I will play it on Saturday instead. So who is up to the live stream of organ music improvisations and interesting pieces to sight read, send me the requests and I'll play them on Saturday. And on Sunday next week I will teach you about figured bass. And for this we will probably need to see something on the screen, written on the screen. So either technically either I'll show you the Sibelius notation for this, or do this from the iPad and I will write it down with my pencil. We'll see. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Vyacheslav. Before ending, I read his message. I wanted to ask you, I live in Lithuania and I was wondering if I could join the pipe organ club without being a permanent student of VU. VU means Vilnius University. I can't start the bachelor this year. I'm sorry, this is just for the university community. Yeah, this Undamari studio is for the university community, and therefore you can, if you're not involved in Vilnius University, not a student, then you can obviously take advantage of our online materials, Secrets of Organ Playing. That's perfectly fine. And Total Organist, of course, is another option. Carla asks, do you have a written reference for what you did today? Obviously not, because I was not writing, but you could write it down. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate your attention, and let's meet again next week. On my channel you will see many videos that I created, processionals and recessionals. I was playing lots of graduation ceremonies this last week and the previous week. So then I'm rewriting them and making into real compositions, not only improvisations, for you to enjoy. So this morning I created B major processional, and I have only one key left, B major, but a recessional in triple meter. Hopefully we'll do this in the coming days, and after that I will have complete collection of 24 pieces in 12 major keys for you prepared. So this will be hopefully useful for every organist who needs to play in liturgical settings, in weddings, and needs to adapt those processionals before playing a hymn. Let's say in a certain key, you could play a processional in a certain key too. So that's the idea of multiple keys. Excellent. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And somebody bought me 3 coffees. Oh, but who is FB? FB. Not sure, so we'll figure it out. But thank you so much for the coffee, whoever that was. It's really appreciated. So guys, thank you, and keep practicing, because when you practice, miracles happen. Oh, wait, the question, videos live are on Sundays, which time? Oh yeah, FB, thank you for the coffee. Videos, appreciated. Videos are, of course, on Sundays. On Sundays, at this time, 7 o'clock in Lithuanian time, this is Eastern European time. This is 1 hour ahead of Germany, let's say, or 2 hours ahead of England, I think, right? Of the UK, correct, Don? So in the UK, it's 5 o'clock. In Lithuania, it's 7 o'clock. So the teaching tutorials are on Sundays this time, but on the bench with Vidas, it's on Fridays if I'm available. But if not, like the next week, I will be available on Saturday. I will, of course, announce everything. And if you're subscribed to my channel, click the notification bell and you won't miss any of my streams or videos. And then you get notified, I think even half an hour before, correct? People tell me that they get notification to get ready to the stream half an hour before it starts. It's really a wonderful system. Wonderful. Thank you so much again. It was fun teaching you about modulations, and I'm looking forward teaching you about the figured bass. All right? So, bye-bye, and remember, when you practice, miracles happen.